fantastic woman, a true patriot, Laura Loomer. Laura, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Laura.
Every damn day we see another story about illegal aliens going to the Ritz-Carlton, illegal aliens getting free flights, illegal aliens getting free clothes and free cell phones, and someone's going to snap. Kamala Harris gets elected as president of the United States. We are going to have an Islamic caliphate in this.
Did you hear about Bill Marr's one word? Zinger that's got the internet buzzing. Seems like the late-night funny man hit a nerve when he took a jab at Melania and Laura Loomer. Now Loomer is not laughing, she's suing Maher for a whopping $150 million. Talk about a pricey punchline, but will this lawsuit land or become the butt of its own joke?
His boxy clown suits on the front lawn. Just tell him I'm leaving you and I'm taking our child. He would be stunned. We have a child? Now, I know I'm probably dreaming and Melania isn't going to do any of this, but what if she had someone to do it with? Divorce is always easier in pairs. What if you had a buddy, Melania? Mrs. Rupert Murdoch, Jerry Hall. And you two have a lot in common. Your husbands are ruining the world. His boxy clown suits on.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So Did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Bill Marr's been at it again, folks. This time he set his sights on Laura Loomer, and boy, did he hit a nerve. Our favorite grumpy comedian was doing his usual Trump roast on his HBO show when he noticed something interesting.
Laura Loomer? I don't know if you know anything about her, but I mean, this is, yeah. I mean, I want to go through the list of conspiracy theorists, but we thought this would be a good week to get the audience to know her a little better.
My biggest fear is immigrants taking my job as a right-wing hate monger. I don't hate all brown people, just the brown ones. For example, my spirit animal was eaten by Haitians.
Laura Loomer? I don't know if you know anything about her, but
It seems like Loomer has been popping up at Trump events more often than a bad hairpiece at a windy rally. Now Marr being M. He couldn't resist taking a jab. He cracked wise about Trump only dating Lumber if she was his daughter. Or else the audience went wild laughing like they've just seen Donnie Drs trip over his own ego. But guess who wasn't laughing? Yep, you got it. Laura Loomer herself. Lumber got madder than Trump at a salad bar. She started firing off social media posts faster than you can say quit.
As a child, I had 2 of my Bratz dolls deported. My hobby is refurbishing vintage lawn jockeys. People think I'm all in on Trump, but some of the voices in my head like Jill Stein. I think Michael Jackson faked the moonwalking. As a child, I had 2 of my Bratz dolls deported. My hobby is refurbishing vintage lawn.
It was like watching a Twitter tantrum in real time. She was calling Marr's joke disgusting and throwing around words like defamation like they were confetti at a MAGA parade, and just like that, the internet exploded. It was like someone had dropped a drama bomb in the middle of political Twitter. Suddenly everyone had an opinion. Team Ma was all it's just a joke, snowflake, while Team Loomer was crying foul louder than Trump. Yelling witch hunt. The meme started flying faster than alternative facts. At a press conference, you had Marr's face photoshopped onto Superman Loomer as a crying baby and Trump looking confused in the background. Okay, that last one might have been a real photo. It was a regular Mimia Paloa out there.
Copied this list from Michelle Obama. Sometimes when I bounce light off my diamond, Donald's hair will chase it like a cat. I wish I knew why I have a recurring dream I'm pinned beneath a giant orange sack of shit. And if I could tell my younger self just one thing, it would be this. If you catch a leprechaun and he gives you one wish, be more specific. Copied this list from Michelle Obama. Sometimes when I bounce light off my diamond, Donald's hair will chase it like a cat.
But here's where it gets really juicy. Just when everyone thought this whole core fuffle would blow over like last week's Cuff Loomer decided to go nuclear. She dropped a lawsuit bomb bigger than Trump's ego. We're talking a cool 150 million, folks. That's more zeros than Trump's tax returns. Hold on to your mega hats, folks. We're about to dive into why El Boomer's lawsuit might be as flimsy as Trump's comb over in a hurricane. Is she really expecting to cash in on a comedian's quip, or is this just another attention-grabbing stunt? Well, let's break it down like a Trump tower. Bankruptcy, so Loomer wants a cool 150 million for a joke. That's enough dough to buy a small country or fund Trump's next failed casino venture. But here's the kicker: legal experts are looking at this case like it's a bad joke itself. They're saying Loomer got about as much chance of winning as Trump has of growing a full head of natural hair.
It's not anti-feminist to say that in addition to doing everything men can do intellectually, women also have another power, the power of the ultimatum. In the ancient Greek play Lysistrata, women end a war by denying sex to their men. It was the original Bush doctrine. President Hellboy has proved to be impervious to facts, reason, shame, and the law. But maybe if you left him for another man, especially if that man was... It's not...
You see, in the world of lawsuits and hurt feelings, Loomer got to prove that Ma knew what he was saying wasn't true. That's like trying to prove Trump actually reads his briefings. Pretty darn impossible when you're dealing with comedy and opinions. It's not like Ma was giving a sworn testimony on CNN. Folks, he was cracking jokes on his show, where everything's fair game and nothing's sacred. But wait, there's more. Loomer's also got to show how this joke actually hurt her reputation. I mean, come on, it's like trying to prove that calling Trump orange damaged his image. How do you measure the damage to a reputation that's already, well, let's just say it's seen better days? And here's where it gets really juicy. Trump, the guy Loomer is claiming to have had an affair with, is about as helpful as a chocolate teapot. He's just keeps saying she's a supporter and nothing more. Talk about being left high and dry. It's like showing up to a mega rally and finding out Trump's golfing instead.
Trump and Murdoch can't handle one thing: an ego lashing. Rupert has been married 4 times, Trump 3. Some guys just can't be alone. It's like how some guys get used to being in prison. When you're Donald Trump, wives don't leave you, you leave them. He would fall apart if she ever said, "Donald, there's nothing keeping me here. I can't love what you have become, and I found where you hid my past." Trump and Murdoch can't handle one thing: an ego lashing.
The whole thing is turning into this weird battle between free speech and hurt feelings. It's like watching a WWE match, but instead of wrestlers, we've got comedians and wanto political stars duking it out on one side. We've got the right to make jokes about anything and anyone on the other. We've got people who think their feelings are worth more than the GDP of a small nation. Well, folks, it looks like we've got ourselves a regular comedy courtroom drama on our hands. Who knew a single joke could turn into a multi-million-dollar circus? But hey, that's showbiz for you.
Happiness is obvious. You despise his creepy little monkey fingers touching your hand. So kick him to the curb. Slap away that hand for good. In Slovenia, I was a catalog model, which is what you call a model you order out of a catalog. I have no first language. I hope I inspire little girls everywhere to marry for money. Happiness is obvious. You despise his creepy little monkey fingers touching your hand. So kick him to the curb. Slap away that hand for good.
This whole Maher Loomer core fuffle isn't the first time a comedian's landed in hot water over a punchline. Remember when Kathy Griffin thought it would be hilarious to pose with a fake Trump head? Yeah, that didn't exactly go as planned. She ended up facing more heat than a microwave burrito at a Republican convention. But let's be real here. Loomer's lawsuit is probably just giving him more material for his next show. I can already hear him cracking wise about Loomer the boomer and her $150 million temper tantrum. The real joke might be on all of us watching this unfold. It's like a reality TV show where the prize is a massive legal bill and a bunch of Twitter memes.